It's 332 BC, Alexander the Great. A 20-year-old with the confidence of a man who has never failed at anything, ever, marches his army straight into Egypt. He's got his sword sharpened, his armor shining, and his ego polished like a fresh TikTok influencer. He is expecting resistance. He wants a dramatic showdown. He probably even practiced some cool battle speeches in the mirror. But Egypt takes one look at this guy and basically says, "Welcome, king. Come on in. Would you like a throne? A pyramid?" Alexander didn't conquer Egypt. Egypt basically adopted him like a cute stray cat. Even he seems a little confused by the whole thing. He came ready for a fight, and the Egyptians are like, No, put the sword down. We love you. We hated the Persians anyway. Here, take this crown. Would you like to be our pharaoh? And just like that, Alexander becomes pharaoh. Because ancient Egypt was nothing if not dramatic. The high priests in Memphis gather around him, inspect him like he's a new model of iPhone, and declare, "Yep, this is it. This is our guy. He's the next pharaoh." And Alexander, who has already collected more titles than a Netflix library, just says, "Sure, add it to the list. Pharaoh of Egypt. Check. King of Macedonia. Check. Lord of Asia. Check. The guy your boyfriend told you not to worry about. Double check." But just being a king and a pharaoh isn't enough for Alexander. He wants more. He wants God mode unlocked. So he marches his army across the blistering Egyptian desert to the Oracle of Siwatch. Was basically ancient Egypt's version of the Genius Bar for spiritual upgrades. He walks in like he's ready to download immortality. The chief priest, probably half delirious from the heat, takes one look at him and declares, "You are the son of Zuzaman." And Alexander just nods, like this is information he expected all along. He's probably thinking, "Knew it." His generals are like, "Weird flex, but okay." And everyone else is just thinking, "He's delusional, but he's winning, so we'll just pretend this is normal." Now he's not just a king or a pharaoh, he's a demigod with a fan club. Over the next decade, Alexander does what Alexander does best. He wins at everything. He defeats entire empires, builds massive cities, and names about half of them after himself. If Starbucks had existed back then, he would have named every single drink the Alexander, Grande Alexander, Venti Alexander with extra foam. But, as we all know, greatness comes with consequences. And history loves a good plot twist. Fast forward to 323 BC, we're in Babylon. Alexander, at the peak of his power, suddenly dies. He's only 32 years old. To this day, historians debate the cause. Was it poison, malaria, fever, maybe just too much conquering, and not enough sleep? Honestly, with a life like his, it could have been anything. But what we do know is this: the moment he dies, his generals completely lose their minds. It's like someone unplugged the Wi-Fi during the season finale of their favorite show. Utter chaos. Why? Because Alexander didn't leave a clear air. He didn't leave instructions. He didn't even label his Google Drive folders. And worst of all, in the middle of all this confusion, everyone wants his body. This kicks off the original, and possibly weirdest, custody battle in history. Who gets the corpse? Why did everyone want it so badly? Because in the ancient world, whoever controlled Alexander's body controlled his legacy. And if you controlled his legacy, you controlled his army. And if you controlled his army, you controlled the entire empire. His body was basically the ancient world's most valuable NFT, one of one, priceless, and massively controversial asset. The official plan was to take him back to his homeland of Macedonia for a grand royal burial. They built this enormous, gold-covered funeral carriage. It was a massive procession, slowly making its way across the empire. But then, one man enters the story. The mastermind, the opportunist, the MVP of ancient heists. His name was Ptolemy. Ptolemy was one of Alexander's oldest friends, a trusted general, and apparently, the only man alive who looked at this situation and thought, "You know what this funeral needs? A little bit of crime." So, as the funeral procession makes its way toward the coast, Ptolemy intercepts it. Picture a guy who steals your Amazon package right off your doorstep. He basically pulls up beside this massive, golden hearse and goes, "Hey guys, mind if I borrow the body for a quick second?" And then he steals the corpse. Straight up Grand Theft Sarcophagus. He grabs Alexander's body and reroutes the entire procession to Egypt. He literally drags the most famous corpse in the world to his territory, like he just won the grand prize on Black Friday. And how does Egypt respond? Like a fangirl at a pop concert. They see Alexander's body return, and they are ecstatic. "Oh my God, he's back. Our king has returned. We missed you. Do you want a golden tomb?" Ptolemy strolls in and says, "Behold, I present to you Alexander in a box." He builds a magnificent tomb for the body in the city of Memphis, and later moves it to the new capital, Alexandria. He spares no expensive golden sarcophagus, jewels, and enough decoration to make Instagram jealous for centuries. And with this single move, Ptolemy uses the tomb to legitimize his power. His logic was simple. Look at me, I'm in charge of the body of the god king. Therefore, I'm basically king now. And that, my friends, is how the Ptolemaic dynasty started. Yes, that dynasty. The one that ends with the famous Cleopatra. Her entire family line came to power all because one guy decided to steal a corpse. For centuries, Alexander's tomb becomes the Disneyland of antiquity. It is the #1 tourist attraction in the world. Everybody who has anybody visited. Julius Caesar shows up and pays his respects. The Roman Emperor Augustus actually leans in and kisses Alexander's mummified body. The infamous Emperor Caligula walks in, looks around, and steals Alexander's armor like he's shopping at Zara. The reviews on ancient Google Maps would have been wild. For hundreds of years, the tomb is the hottest spot in the Mediterranean. And then one day, the ultimate plot twist. The tomb disappears. Poof, gone. No tomb, no golden sarcophagus, no body, no souvenirs, not even a back in 10 minutes sign. The universe basically just hit delete. To this day, nobody knows what happened. Archaeologists, historians, and treasure hunters are still searching for it. It's one of the greatest mysteries in history. Some say the tomb sank into the sea during an earthquake. Some say it's buried deep beneath a modern building somewhere in Alexandria. And some theorists believe that someone stole the body. Again, because apparently, Alexander's corpse is the ancient world's favorite collectible item. Alexander the Great wanted eternal glory. He wanted to be remembered as a god. Well, mission accomplished. But probably not in the way he expected. He didn't just become a legend. He became the world's most frequently kidnapped corpse. A Macedonian who became an Egyptian pharaoh. A conqueror who became a myth. And a man whose body became the centerpiece of the greatest unsolved mystery in archaeology. And it all happened because one friend looked at a funeral and thought, you know what? I'm going to steal Alexander. What's the worst that could happen? The answer, an entire dynasty, a legendary lost tomb, 2,000 years of confusion, and easily the funniest heist in ancient history. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this trip into the weird side of history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next story. See you next time.